Man, what's up, everybody? It's 1060 Seti Nash. And today, man, we're going to be jumping into the Boston Richey situation. So here you go, man. I can't put on the crazy stuff, but as you can see right here, Jalen Tahini Foster, a.k.a. Boston Richey, he the man that we only care about. And we're just going to take you exactly through what the heck he did. On November 7, 2024, he was convicted by the state of Florida of attempted robbery. On November 7th as well, same day, same crime. He also had grand theft auto of a motor vehicle. Same day again, they convicted him for possession of firearm by a delinquent and grand theft auto firearm. And then, let's fast forward 3 years later, on May 23rd, 2017, Boston Richey was convicted in the state of Florida of burglary of structure. For these crimes, Boston Richey basically got punishment by a term of imprisonment exceeding 1 year. Thereafter, Boston Richey got pulled over and had a whole bunch of stuff on him. What we talking about, Nash? Man, that boy had a Smith & Wesson, a Glock 40, a 9mm with a damn Glock 40, except for he had the 9mm barrel on there, 38, dang, Norso 7.62 millimeter rifle, a Hassan 12 gauge shotgun, a Colt 45 caliber pistol, Taurus 9mm pistol, a Romar 7.62 millimeter rifle, and an Anderson 7.62 millimeter pistol, a FM Products 9mm pistol, and a Glock 9mm pistol, modified as a machine gun, aka a switch. Then what ended up happening on or about July 27, 2022, and on or about October 28, 2022, in the Northern District of Florida, and further into drug trafficking crime, which he may be prosecuted in the court of the United States. That is, conspiracy to distribute and possess with intent to distribute controlled substance, as charged in count 1 of this indictment, did normally possess all those guns we talked about. Now, I know what y'all thinking, bro. What the hell happened? Well, basically what they did was they got caught with this. Everybody in this RICO agreed together and with other persons to distribute and possess with the intent to distribute a controlled substance, and the offense involved 100 kilograms or more of a mixture and substance containing a detectable amount of marijuana in violation of Title 21, United States Code Section 841. As you can see, as we go down, this was not supposed to happen. I don't know what that was about. There we go. Thank you for getting back. Everybody in this dang thing basically had guns on them, or they were sitting up here going ape shit. So here you go where they're saying, bruh, hey man, we got all of these damn guns on us, all these firearms. And as you can see, they divvy up a lot of this stuff. So you see the 22 caliber and 2.223 caliber, all of these stuff, Nemo, all of these cats. So basically, that is their whole entire thing. And you know what's crazy, man? For some odd reason, Boston Richey beat it. He also had all of his stuff taken, $50,000 in cash, a Hubba Bubba pendant, two-tone, rose gold stainless steel, and diamond Rolex date just watch seized from the custody of Boston Richey. Boy had a two-tone, same thing, and diamond Audemars Peugeot Royal Oak watch seized from him. They was going in. They took two of them. They took a Rolex, they took an Audemars off of that boy, they took his chain off of him and everything like that. And how did all of this stuff happen? Well, they beat it. What can I tell you? Now, some people would automatically tie this case directly to Boston Richey choking out his girl. And basically like, bruh, you done got hit with some Fed stuff for domestic violence. But remember, the domestic violence is never gonna be a Fed charge. So we've seen reports like this. Boston Richey arrested again. Federal charges, assault allegations, and pregnant ex claims he choked her 20 times. And yet another embarrassing blow to his already crumbling reputation. Florida rapper Boston Richey born Jalen Tahini Foster has been arrested for violating the conditions of his pretrial release tied to a 2023 federal drug conspiracy case. Richey, who had been granted bond and what should have been a rare second chance, and that's where y'all know they don't have too strong of a case, especially when the feds are giving you a bond, completely squandered that leniency by allegedly traveling to Houston, Texas without informing authorities or obtaining proper court approval. According to court documents obtained by Double XL, and corroborated by legal documents and legal sources, United States Magistrate Judge Martin A. Fitzpatrick has now ordered Richey's detention, citing blatant non-compliance with the terms of his release. The defendant did not request approval for any travel to Houston, Texas, on or around March 29th through 30th. But on March 29th and 30th, the defendant was in Houston, reads the federal court filing. An alleged assault that changes everything, as if violating federal pretrial conditions weren't enough. Richey's case has taken an even darker turn. His ex-girlfriend, identified as Tatiana Chanel, has filed shocking family assault charges against the rapper, claiming he choked her more than 20 times in a violent attack outside a Houston nightclub. The incident allegedly occurred during the very trip that he was forbidden to take. In her sworn complaint, Chanel accuses Richey of holding her captive in a vehicle for 2 hours, during which he repeatedly strangled her, even after she begged him to stop. The court records show, further note, that she was pregnant at the time of the alleged assault, a fact that has only added gravity to the situation. The nature of the assault, combined with the defendant's blatant disregard for pretrial supervision, raises serious concerns for community safety, Judge Fitzpatrick said. Sorry I missed out on the opportunity to put that voice on. But you know what? I'm kidding. As of now, Richey has not been charged with a new felony, but probable cause has been established, meaning he will be treated as a potential threat to the public unless proven otherwise. Who is Boston Richey and why does this matter? Well, we don't really give a damn. But basically, we'll go right here to where they say again, he was indicted on federal drug conspiracy case that allegedly involved marijuana trafficking across state lines. Even at a time, many questioned why the courts granted him bond at all, especially after leaked footage allegedly connected him to a gang-related RICO investigation. Yeah, all right, cool. Let's get on with it.
Hey, yo, you.
Hey, yo, you. Can you subscribe and turn on that bell, too? Because when you do, you're helping unbiased, independent news.
Well, today, it would seem that he beat them charges. What happened was that Boston Richey basically was innocent. Now, some people will say certain things, and I get it. Y'all gonna say, man, we caught him talking to them people before. Man, he got to be telling, he got to be snitching, he got to be saying stuff and all this stuff. And I keep telling you guys, it's one thing that Seti Nash will always tell you is the truth. There are times where people should understand something. In order for you to tell and get out, you had to do so much stuff, and you're still going to sit in prison. So here's the truth, man. Just beat the case. Just beat the case. That's all. If they tell, you got to understand, they had to make sure that they get his ass as well. That's why when people say certain people are telling and all this stuff, I give a prime example. Everybody that's hollering Loose Cannon is snitching. You do realize Loose Cannon has to give up himself as well. Out of everybody in that case with charges, he's the only one who has the ability to beat his charges with a couple of things happening in his favor, and he can walk on out of there. That's all. So when you see certain things, a lot of y'all want to believe like certain things about people and all that crap. I get it. I won't even tell you I don't get it. I 100% understand where you are coming from. The problem that I have is that if we're going to start throwing stuff around, can we at least have the truth? No. If the truth ain't good enough for you and you want to make up certain things just so it can fit whatever box you want to place it in, then perfectly fine. Do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing. We won't argue with you here. But what I will say is this. Boston Richey beat his charges. The stuff he did in the past, bro, that's on him. He can live with it. His people said, nah, they didn't feel like that he told on them and all that stuff, that he was just basically trying to get out of his situation. That's on them. The public will judge you. Maybe it'll like you. Maybe it'll never love you. But one thing I can tell you is this. That boy was facing 25 years. And if you think for 2 seconds that he opened his mouth and he threw everybody down the bus, I want y'all to understand this. He would be tied to multiple indictments. Remember, your man Sammy the Bull had to off a bunch of people involved in 9 murders, but gave up Gotti and still had to do prison time. If a person like that, that's a hitman for the mob, him, if he told, he still had to, well, he did tell, I didn't know if he told, he still had to go sit it down. He didn't get to walk on out of there. Frank Lucas, when he told on the police, he had to still walk it down. Still had to do time. So what I'm trying to get everybody to understand is when it comes to the feds, especially, if you're going to do a whole lot of this, you still going to sit. It don't matter. Now, your time will be significantly reduced. Life sentences turn into 7 to 10, sometimes 5 years. But you got to do a lot of telling. You got to shut down a whole lot of operations. And that's the part where people misunderstand the truth, because you guys rooted in BS. But I understand, man. Subscribe, turn on that bell, stay notified, share to keep your people aware. Win one of these for free. All you got to do is just be a subscriber, comment, like every video, and that's it. And if we hit that 300K, because that's all we need, 300K subs by next month, we'll just double it up. I'll pay a little extra $60 that Donald J. Trump done screwed everybody over on. But hey, I'll catch you on the next one. Click right here to see how one country superstar ruined his whole entire career just by strutting and doing a little bit of something and rushing people in the city of sin. It gets wild, man. I can't believe I gotta say this crap. I'll catch you there.